I've encountered several billionaires in my career, and every single one of them spends their money in different ways. Some people spend it on art, some on philanthropy, some on fancy cars and jets and properties. And then there's Bill Gates, who spends his fortune on all of the above and more. After all, why shouldn't he? The man is the second richest person on Earth, with a net worth of approximately $104 billion. Chances are, you know who Bill Gates is and how he's amassed such a massive fortune. He founded a little company called Microsoft in 1975 with one of his high school friends, Paul Allen. Microsoft was the first real software company and was the company that put computers on the desks and in the homes of every person in America. And they've only progressed since then. In just the past 5 years, the company's stock has increased 300%, and it doesn't seem to be slowing down anytime soon. Though Bill Gates stepped down as the CEO of Microsoft in 2006, his net worth has only increased since. He has stocks in multiple companies through his holding company, Cascade Investments, including stock in Four Seasons Hotel and Resorts, Corbis, Deere & Company, and Beyond Meat. With all the money Bill Gates has received from his business success, he could spend $1 million per day for 245 years. It's hard to imagine how you would even go about spending such a fortune, but Bill has certainly found a few ways. By a huge margin, he spent most of his money on his extensive list of properties. His most well-known home, nicknamed Xanadu 2.0 in Medina, Washington, is worth an incredible $125 million. The land, nestled against the edge of the water, was purchased for $2 million and took another $63 million to build to Bill Gates' satisfaction. That means the home is completely decked out with everything he could ever want. The 66,000 square foot mansion is an earth-sheltered house built into the coastline to help regulate temperature and look pretty darn cool as well. The estate has 24 luxurious bathrooms and 7 beds, all of which are stocked with hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of technology. Pins can be worn by the family that adjust rooms as they walk, setting the temperature, lighting, and music to their specifications without even having to touch a button. There are also $150,000 worth of screens that cycle through pictures of famous artwork throughout the home. Now, these features are impressive, but there are some other features that only a billionaire like Bill Gates can afford. There's a 2,500 square foot state-of-the-art gym, which includes an area with 20-foot ceilings. It also happens to be a trampoline room. If you're not feeling the gym, there are plenty of ways to relax in Xanadu 2.0, including the 1,500 square foot home theater with 20 plush seats, a popcorn machine, and an Art Deco design. That Art Deco design is carried through into the 2,100 square foot library, where there is a Great Gatsby quote etched into the ceiling. Like any self-respecting billionaire's library, there are 2 hidden rooms behind the bookshelf, one of which opens up into a speakeasy. If guests are over, there are plenty of ways to keep them entertained. The 2,300 square foot reception hall is able to host and seat 200 people for more private affairs. The dining room has enough seating for 24 dinner guests. Then there's the outside, where the pool has its own building. The 60-foot pool house has an underwater music system, an entire locker room, and a spa area. Beyond the pool house, there's a man-made estuary and stream stocked with salmon and trout. I love salmon. The lakefront property has its own beach, but the sand isn't native to Lake Washington. Instead, the sand was imported from the Caribbean, allowing him to lounge in beautiful white sand, even in the Pacific Northwest. That was Bill Gates' first true million-dollar home, and his most recent is almost as impressive. The Del Mar home was purchased for $43 million on March 27, 2020. The 5,800 square foot home has 6 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, and 120 feet of beachfront access. Not much is known about the beautiful home, but the interior is lined with light mahogany and limestone. The patio faces the water and is peppered with seating areas, fire pits, jacuzzi tubs, and a stunning infinity pool. But the amenities don't stop there. The million-dollar beach home has a health spa, a home theater, a tennis court, a large greenhouse, and a pair of guest houses. The new Del Mar home isn't the Gates' first foray into California properties. In 2014, Bill Gates purchased Rancho Paciana, a 229-acre compound outside of San Diego. The property cost him $18 million and comes with a favorite amenity of the wealthy: horse stables. There are not one, but 430 stable barns on the property, as well as an additional 21 stall barn and a 3/4-mile racetrack to take the horses out for a spin. There's even several rolling pastures, olive groves, and even a veterinarian on site. But that isn't Bill Gates' only horse property. Apparently, space for over 100 horses doesn't quite cut it. Over the past few years, Bill has spent $59 million on several ranch properties in Wellington, Florida. There are several homes, stables, pastures, and racetracks spread across the land. At least one of the homes on the property is 7,000 square feet, with 4 bedrooms and 6 bathrooms. Now, that's a lot of properties, but we're not quite finished. Bill also owns a $12.5 million home in Palm Desert, California, which is set against a golf course and has 6 bedrooms with 9 bathrooms. If he's really looking to get away from the city, he can fly over to Wyoming, where he owns a 492-acre ranch that was once owned by none other than Buffalo Bill Cody. How much did that little slice of history cost him? Well, a measly $8.9 million. Of course, all these homes are stocked with luxury furniture and some things that most people couldn't even fathom owning. Bill is a lover of the arts, and that clearly shows in his homes. He owns a Winslow Homer painting that he purchased for $36 million and a 16th century Leonardo da Vinci manuscript that cost him another whopping $30 million. The homes are also stocked with cars, about $5.1 million worth, to be exact. He owns a Tesla Model X, an Audi R8, a Lamborghini Aventador valued at $600,000, a Bugatti Veyron worth around $1.7 million, and a handful of vintage Porsches. But to get to all of his properties, he needs to take to the sky. Luckily, he owns a Bombardier BD 700 Global Express, which can seat up to 19 people and costs a startling $40 million. From this list, it may seem like Bill Gates spends all his money on luxury properties and items, but that's not entirely true. Bill is often commended for his philanthropy, and for good reason. Bill and his wife, Melinda, began the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, which has donated more than $36 billion towards improving global health and education and reducing poverty. In 2017 alone, the company donated $4.8 billion. In fact, Bill is almost entirely focused on philanthropy now that his focus on his career has slowed. He signed the Giving Pledge, promising to donate almost all of his net worth over the rest of his lifetime. So, there you have it, the fortune of Bill Gates, and how exactly he spends it. What would you do if you could spend one weekend with Mr. Gates? I don't know about you, but maybe I'd go out for a little yacht party. But that's just me. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. As always, I'm Mr. Luxury. Pip pip, da doodly doo.